Hello. It is day 2 of the Great Bead Extravaganza. I'm Abby,
I'm Becca.
and, and we're a part of the Bead Place. Let us know in chat if you can hear us okay. We'll get started in just a few. Before we get started, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like this video if you are watching on YouTube, and heart it if you're watching on Facebook. We would greatly appreciate it. Soon as we get a heads up in chat, awesome. Thanks so much, everybody, for letting us know. So, you guys might not be used to seeing, well, if you've watched our streams before, you guys might not be used to seeing Becca on the stream. But you guys might know Becca because she is our customer service extraordinaire. So she's joining us today is this your first stream debut?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So everybody, let's do some hearts in chat for Becca. Yay! Woohoo! Alrighty. So Becca's going to be dropping links today, helping out in chat. And I'm going to be trying to work as quickly as I can to get a bracelet done to show you guys. So, Becca, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to drop the link to the kit in chat, and we've got that there, and you can just drag and drop it there. While Becca's doing that, I wanted to take a minute to remind you guys to enter the big grand prize giveaway. You can find the link to that on the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page in the featured section, and in the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group, also in the featured section. You'll see our kit image giveaway, or our giveaway image that has the link. And just enter the link. And then while you're there, leave a comment on that post letting us know what you would buy if you were the grand prize $500 shopping spree winner. Because we're always curious to see what people are interested in purchasing and having fun with. So the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that we are having a giveaway in our stream today. So I'm gonna show you guys that a bit later. But to enter the giveaway, what you want to do is do hashtag TGBE winner. So enter that in chat, and I'll mention that several times throughout the stream. Now, we'll be announcing the giveaway winner in our next stream, which is our Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central stream. And Becca, if you could go to banners and scroll all the way down and show that one right there. That'll have a reminder of the times and days of the streams that we have. So we're going to go ahead and just get started. You guys ready to get started? So Becca, go back to comments. And we're ready. Okay. So we are making the spice cake bracelets today. We have kits available because we still have kits available, I should say, because we actually just launched them the day of the preview party. Now, if you want to grab a kit, you can use code TGBE20 at beadplace.net. Link in the description, but also it's scrolling and in the comments. You can get 20% off regular price items now through Tuesday. So let us know in chat right now, if you would, which is your favorite colorway? Do you like the turquoise, green, and browns, or do you like the purple, pink, and blue? Let us know. I've already decided what color I'm going to use today. I'm going to do this one.
Yay. That's a fun one.
Sally, it does not matter if it's uppercase or lowercase. I'm going to go with this one, but let us know which one you like the best, just because, I like to know. So you might notice that your kit will come in a little bit different of a put up than what it usually comes in. We usually do baggies, but we're trying to be a little bit green with this one. So this one required so many different bags. We were like, no, we can't have like 15 bags for each person. That's too much plastic. So we decided to do stacked tubes. And to me, I think it looks like layers of cake or icing and cake. So that was our idea with this. And I want to show you guys kind of like a special way to open this kit so that all of your beads don't get all mixed up. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my kit. Alrighty. So.
We got a lot for turquoise.
Good. I'm glad that I...
And we got probably just as many for the purple, pink, and blue one.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, Becky did countouts of kits that came in from, or kit orders that came in from the preview party, and it was pretty darn even. The pink and purple had a little bit of a lead, but I was expecting there to be like a clear winner. All right, so in the top of your tube, you've got little coils or bundles of Eslon beading cord. You've got two different colors just because I like mixing two different colors together to give you this kind of more natural look. So you might not have even noticed that there's two different colors there. Maybe some of you did, but that's kind of my secret to get a little bit more of an artisanal look. Okay, so you ready to see my secret to spilling these tubes without spilling the beads everywhere and making a big mess?
Do it. Do it.
Okay, here we go. We're going to dump it out in a line, and we're going to do it kind of quick. Oh, I flubbed it.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to, if I wouldn't have been trying to get it on the screen, it would have been way easy. But you want to make sure you're working on a bead mat and you're pouring things out in a line like that. And if I wouldn't have tried to slow down and correct my position, it would have poured out in a nice, beautiful, even line. I promise. Okay, so here we go. What we're going to do now is grab a tape measure. I like having a tape measure handy for this whole project. However, you can measure things out once and then use that as your sample. I just know that I personally am not really the best at being accurate. So I like to have a tape measure handy for the whole project. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure out an 18-inch length of one of the colors of Eslon. Doesn't matter which one, but we're going to measure out 18 inches and we're going to cut it. And we're going to set the other bundles aside so that they're handy. And I'm going to open up the Big Eye beading needle that came. I'm going to come up a little bit so it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. How about that? I'll come back in if need be.
We had Becky Foster saying that the packaging was a clever way to package the beads.
Thank you. We thought that it was kind of a good compromise of like still having pretty packaging, being able to see what's in it, and not using as many little baggies. I don't know how you guys feel about those little baggies. As a bead store owner, you know, we kind of have a love-hate relationship with them. So this is a Big Eye beading needle. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to thread it on the end of our Eslon, just like that. You don't want to bring it too far back. I would say about 1.5 inches in is fine. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a color. You might have noticed in your tube that you will have these adorable little metal beads, and they look like seed beads. They are seed beads, but they're actually metal. So they're USA manufactured metal seed beads. We're going to save these as like the sprinkles on top of our spice cake. And also the special basic seasonings and herbs and spices we're going to have on the end. We're going to stick with the main colors for our start and stop, if that makes sense. It'll make more sense in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is, actually I want to start with this turquoise color. What we're going to do is we're going to take our tail end of our Eslon and we are going to string a bead on. Now, if you're having trouble stringing that through the Eslon without the needle, you are welcome to use the needle. I just think that this is easier for me to do this without the needle. So I'm going to string that on the end that doesn't have the needle. I'm going to take my Eslon and loop it through again in that same direction. So the easiest way for me to see that is I kind of push that bead right there on my finger like that. And then I put the tail end through while I'm holding it so that I can see exactly what I'm doing. So before I pull that through, I want you guys to see the direction. So we're essentially creating what's called a stop bead. And this stop bead is a wonderful trick that we're going to use to make this bracelet so much easier for ourselves. We're going to make that stop bead land at about 6 inches in. So we are going to pull the loop so that we're pulling the long end. And then when we pull the stop bead, it travels down, and we're going to make sure it lands 6 inches in. And it's important to make sure we're pretty close on our measurements here. So we're going to hold the tail end at the end, and we're going to place that stop bead right there at 6 inches.
All right. Asking what size the beads are.
Great question. These are size 8s. Now what we're going to do is we are going to start to design our bracelet. Now you can see here that we have used lots of different designs in the strands. Some of them have little sections of other colors in them. Some of them are big color blocked sections, but you can see in most of these strands, we've included a little salt and pepper. Now, typically we don't use pepper in cakes, but you'll have to kind of just pretend like we do, because I find that salt and pepper, black and white, are colors that help to tie other colors together. So this all together with the black and white, along with the brown and green and bronze and turquoise, it just kind of helps to kind of just tie those colors together. If we just had this, you know, that's a beautiful colorway. But when we add in a metal and a black and white, it just kind of makes everything pop. And it helps us notice each of the individual other colors. So it gives our eye a place to land so that we can appreciate all the other colors and intricacies of the design that we put together. So that's my first kind of trick that I wanted to share with you guys, is that if you kind of just make sure you have those basic seasonings in our spice cake bracelet, I think that you'll have a good time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have fun stringing some designs. So in some of my bracelets, I used like very specific numbers of things to make sure that that like my brain was happy when I was doing it. You don't have to do that. Have fun, but I'll give you some ideas of what I like to do when I design. So I like doing these little sections of black and white stripes, and I like kind of finishing and ending those little sections with one of the metallic beads. So this kit that I'm working with has gold beads for our metallic beads. The other colorway has silver beads. That I just kind of thought that those colors looked best with the colors that I had chosen. But if you're making this bracelet at home from stash beads, of course, use whatever you want. But I just like the way, oh, I forgot one. I just like the way that those metal beads kind of cap off the black and white. And I like how it just kind of almost separates it from the colors. I did it again. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
I'm not quite, like the caffeine hasn't quite hit yet. Okay. So the construction of this bracelet is very simple once we understand the oh, that's fun. Look at this. We could do little stripes. Once we understand the way that the strands are finished off, it all comes together very easily. Okay. So I see some comments coming through. Becca, are there any questions or anything that...
Donna D'Agostino DeBas asked if she could purchase the kit and does it come with directions?
The kit does not come with written instructions. We have a link to the kit in the description of this video, and then we also have a note in the description of the item that the kit does not come with written instructions. However, my goal at the end of this video, or by the end of this video, I should say, is to have the basic techniques explained to you in such a way that you won't even have to replay this video at all to understand how it goes together. However, if you do need to watch the replay of this video, it is always available to you. So this is the instructions.
And Ruth Ann Scott wants to know if there are any kits left.
There are. We just launched them on Friday. So this is one of those rare bead extravaganzas where we didn't pre-sell a lot of the kits. And so we do have a lot of kits left. And let's add a metal there to separate it. So what I'm doing at this point is I am stringing just whatever fun, random designs I want until I get a 6-inch section of beads. And you can do big color block sections. You can do a strand of all one color, whatever you want. But this is what my strand looks like so far. So yeah, Melanie asked, it looks like you're separating each section with a gold bead, correct? Yep, that's what I'm doing for this one, but I'll probably switch it up for the next one. That's what's so fun about these bracelets, is that you're just kind of building things in layers, and because it all twists together, it'll all just kind of look good. It truly doesn't really matter how you put it together, because the colors together are beautiful as long as we use those kind of basic foundations. All right, so now I'm going to finish with my last stop bead. Okay, so I've done 6 inches of beads, and I'm going to take this last bead that I've put on here, and I'm going to go through it again in the same direction. Just like that, and that creates our stop bead. Now we want to make sure that that stop bead is down close to our work, and the way that we do that is this bead will just kind of slide. And now we've got a 6-inch section. So now I've got one of my strands done. I'm going to grab my next color of Aslan, and I'm going to do another 18-inch cut. And I recommend, when you're cutting Aslan bead cord, to use a sharp pair of scissors, because it can fray if it's not sharp. So there's a couple of different ways that people can prevent that from fraying if it becomes a problem. Some people just kind of run the heat of a lighter over it. This is a meltable cord. Sometimes people will use some clear fingernail polish. I'm sorry, I didn't see who left that comment earlier, but I saw it fly by. But there's a lot of different tips and tricks that you can use if it is bothering you. Oh, I've got a little speck of glitter on my hand. I don't know where that came from.
Sally Shade wanted to know the final length of the bracelet.
So it is adjustable, and I cut down a lot of extra cord on this one, but that's a good question. Let's measure that out real quick. Actually, would you mind measuring that for me?
Sure.
Thank you. So I'm going to place my stop bead. And again, the way that we do that is we just take the Aslan through it again. And remember, you can use your needle if you need to. I just think it's easier to do it with my fingers. But that's just me. Everybody's different.
Looks like it goes up to about 10.5 inches.
Awesome. So Becca says 10.5 inches. And it is adjustable, of course. And so it can go larger than that, and it can go smaller than what we're making it. We're making it about 6 inches. I know our strands are 6 inches, and we have to kind of keep in mind the knot is there, which takes up room. But when we twist our strands together, that does take up room in the inner diameter. So it will fit about a 6-inch at the smallest. Okay, so we've got another, let me bring you down again. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. So we have another stop bead placed on our 18-inch length of Aslan. We go in 6 inches and place our stop bead there. We're going to do 6 inches of beads. And then we're going to do another stop bead so that we'll have 6 inches of tail end to work with. So you can have a lot of fun putting these strands together. We are going to have 9 strands to put together with this original design. And I would suggest to you, if you want to, you don't have to, but I would suggest to you that you try a fun trick of mine, which is to do one of those strands just black and white beads alternating. I know it kind of looks like a little like maybe Beetlejuice-ish, but I think you guys will have a lot of fun with adding that to your design. I think that'll be a neat addition. So there are fewer metal beads than any of the other colors. There are also fewer black and white beads because we are using them as accents. So the main colors are going to be the 5 or 6 colors that we have kind of at the bottom of the tube, if you will. And then we are using our herbs and spices, our seasonings at the end, and we're well, we're not using them at the end. They're at the end on the tube. We're using them a little bit less heavy-handed, if you will. So in my mind, let's think about that as like a cooking analogy. You probably wouldn't necessarily want to have as many herbs and spices, salt and pepper, anything else that you're putting in your cooking or your baking. You probably would not want to have as much of that in your design as like your main bulk ingredients. So that's kind of how I think about using the accents. Is they're there to accent, they're there to enhance, but not necessarily to dominate.
Barbara Chambers asked, what length would you recommend for a larger 8-inch wrist?
So we are actually, all of us, no matter our wrist size, we're all following the same measurements for this bracelet because the bracelet itself adjusts. And so you'll be able to open and close it and wear it at whatever size you need. The other thing that I think is really cool about using our stop beads in the design is that let's say you need to adjust the bead strand length slightly. And just so you know, we have a little bit of movement in here. We're not pulling these super, super tight when we close them. We can adjust where the stop bead goes to make our original strands bigger or smaller. So we're doing 6-inch strands with 6-inch tails. Alrighty.
Sue Lady asked if the metal seed beads are available on the website.
You know, I don't know if they are yet. Not sure. That's a good question. They are available by the full tube in store and by the bead in store. But I'm not sure if Becky's added those to the site yet, but I think Becca's probably going to check for you.
I am looking.
If they're not, send us a message, Sue. If you're not going to be in the shop, and if we're mailing your orders to you, I don't remember if you were in-store pickup or if you were mail order, but we can always set some aside for you if they're not online yet. Same goes for any of you. If any of you are looking for anything, all right, we've got 6 inches, and you're not able to, I don't know why I took the needle off. You're not able to find it, just send us a message or send us a note through the contact us form on our website, because we have a almost 4,000 square foot store floor here in the St. Louis area, and we've got a lot of stuff. Well, maybe that's why I took the needle off, because I knew that the silver line bead was going to give me trouble with the needle. All right, so we're going to add that last stop bead on there, and I am going to do a quick look at our giveaway for the stream. Sorry, I know I'm not on stream or on camera. Real quick, I just need to move this closer to my face so that I can actually see it, because the tripod is in the way. And I will be back on in just a moment, I promise. Okay.
I'm not seeing the seed beads on there.
Okay.
No.
It's probably on the to be added list.
Okay.
Alrighty. So we've got that stop bead on there. We've got another strand. Check this out. Oh, actually, I think I'm going to do this in this direction. A lot of times as I go, I like to kind of figure out if my strand is going to go this way, earthquake, or this way, just depending on where the colors are already. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to buckle your seatbelts, everyone. I'm going to move this up so that you guys can see our giveaway. Maybe. Okay, so you can type hashtag TGBE winner to win this awesome box full of goodies. Now, this is just a quick look. If you want to see a full look,
check out that button.
Yeah, look at this funny, but we have these funny buttons at beadplace.net and in the store. If you want a full look, you can check out our Instagram page where we've posted a full picture of it. All right, let me get back set up here. Now, to find out the winner, like who won this stream or who won this giveaway, you will tune in Wednesday to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or our Instagram, where we will be streaming at 7 p.m. Central, and we will draw a winner from these comments. Okay, so I've just measured out another 18-inch length of another color of Eslon, or actually our original color of Eslon. And I'm going to choose a color and do my stop bead. So we're going to do this until we have 9 strands. And I just like to have a lot of fun with it. So I'm going to show you another kind of design technique that I like to pepper in. Sorry, I know I'm not on camera for these stop beads, but I feel like I did an okay explanation earlier in the stream. Let us know in chat if you are still like, hey, what's a stop bead? Abby, you need to show that better. I think we got it. And if you missed it, if you weren't here for the beginning of it, you can watch the replay.
Someone said I was in the St. Louis area for New Year's, Googled bead stores, and our store didn't pop up.
That's weird. Typically, if your location services are turned on, it'll pop up. Even if you just Google craft supplies, it pops up. But thank you for letting us know that, because we'll go ahead and look further into that. All right, so we've got our stop bead placed at 6 inches again. And I'm going to see what happens if I turn that light off. Let us know if you like that look better. I was thinking it was starting to look a little overexposed. Maybe that's a little better with these itty bitty beads. Alrighty, so we're gonna continue on, and I'm gonna show you one of my favorite little design features that I like to add in. So what I do here is I'll do a section of maybe 12 or so beads. Let's see, is that 12? We've got 4, 8, 10, we need 2 more. And of course, these numbers are just what I like to do. So I'll do that, and then I'll do a metal bead, and then I'll pick an accent color. And I'll do 3 of those little accent color. And I'm going to basically kind of like encase that in like oh, wrong way. Like we did with the black and white ones earlier. So we're using those as like the beginning and end of our little section of beads. We're like bezeling the jewel, if you will. So you can see, I hope. Here we go.
Yeah, it kind of shows up.
Yeah, let me bring you in a little closer so we got a better view. It's like I'm getting closer and closer and closer, and eventually I'll have no room to do my stringing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wendy Romanoff said that this would make a beautiful necklace too if
Yeah.
you did an extension with leather or something.
Definitely. Or even just did longer sections of stringing. That would be really fun too. Becca, how are we doing on time? What time is it?
It is 11:02.
Okay, so we're still pretty good. We probably won't be able to get all of our sections strung today, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get through 6 strands so that I can demonstrate the finishing techniques for you. But just know that we stream regularly. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central and Thursdays at noon Central. So even if we don't get everything fully demonstrated during this time period, you can catch us on one of our future streams, or we can create a separate tutorial for you. So we've got 6. We need 2 more, and we'll do another section. Then I think I'm going to have fun with the black and white one. And if you are not able to get perfectly even little sections that are symmetrical, no big deal, because it kind of looks, maybe, dare I say, more fun if it's not symmetrical. So just have fun with it. Get creative. You're all incredibly creative folks. And I'm really excited to see everybody's finished projects. We have a Facebook group. Becca, would you mind linking our Facebook group in the chat for everybody?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to come up just a little bit because I am struggling to get underneath the camera. You guys know how to string beads on a needle, right? You don't need to see that part close up. So sometimes what I like to do in the middle of what I'm working on is I'll just like abruptly change what I'm doing. So like maybe now what I'll do is I'll just switch and add like a little turquoise bit and then a little section of black and white. So you can have fun with this. And because it's a twist design, it's kind of like it doesn't matter what you do. It's going to look pretty no matter what. Nobody's really going to see the pattern, so don't overthink it. It'll be fun. Okay, so I'll do maybe 2 more of these brighter teal beads. And then I'm going to go back through my stop bead. So I'm using a big eye beading needle, and Becca can link that in chat as soon as she gets that link posted to our Facebook group. And then the size beads that I'm using are size 8s today. And then Becca, if you don't mind, when you're done sharing the big eye beading needle, if you could again post the link to the kit.
Sure.
For the folks that are interested. Oh, look at that. That's so fun. Okay, so let's do a black and white. Let's have some fun. Okay, what color of my Eslon is next? The lighter one. All right, so if you're just tuning in, take a second to like this video if you're watching on YouTube, or heart this video if you're watching on Facebook. I am using the lighter color of my Eslon that comes in the kit, and I'm cutting 18 inches of Eslon. We are alternating our Eslon colors. Now, I'm taking my big eye beading needle, and I am threading down about 1.5 inches on the end of my Eslon. And I am just stringing. I'm having a stringing party. So we're going to start with like a stop bead, which is just this little guy. It's like I'm doing the same thing over and over again, but I am doing the same thing over and over again, which is why this bracelet is so fun, because once you get those basics down, you can really kind of concentrate on playing with the design instead of concentrating on assembly. So to me, I know I'm not in focus. It's like the fine line or the fine balance between you guys seeing it and me seeing it. I'm going to go in from the other angle. Okay, so I've got my stop bead, which is just a bead that you've gone through twice. And I'm measuring that to 6 inches. There we go. Now I'm just going to do black and white, black and white, black and white.
Cynthia Rattle says, with the slip knot ending, would someone be with a 7.5-inch wrist be able to wear this?
Totally. I would say this would work for anyone from size probably 5 3/4 inch wrist up into a 10-inch wrist. So it is very adjustable. And then there are some just slight differences that we can make to accommodate if your wrist size is outside of that range. We could just let's see, could you please raise the camera? I can't raise it up any higher, but I can bring it down a little more. Maybe that'll stop it from going in and out of focus. Yeah, there are a few little tips and tricks that we can do if your wrists are out of that size range. But it's just really as easy as adding on a little bit to your stringing length or taking some off.
Andy Preston says gluing the ends of the thread and cutting it on an angle works as well as a needle.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good tip. Yep. So we designed this bracelet so that it would fit as many people as it could possibly fit without needing to do any extra math or anything like that. So oh well, look at that. I made a little mistake, but we'll just leave him in. So you shouldn't really need to change the sizes much because it is very adjustable. Alrighty. So we're going to string until we've got 6 inches of beads. And then Becca, would you mind taking a minute to link our monthly fun pack?
Sure.
So we do a subscription box each month that we send out to our friends. It is a $35 pack. And if you subscribe monthly to our themed curated kits, you save $5 a month. So you only pay $30 for your box. And it's always something different, always something fun. However, we are doing a special deal right now where if you are a new subscriber, If you sign up for recurring monthly subscription, you will receive an extra bonus fun pack for free. So it's an over $35 value. So Becca has linked that.
Yep.
Awesome.
Kim Neal says there are no mistakes. You meant to do that.
I agree. So I'm gonna finish this strand, and then I am going to show you guys what we did in our last monthly fun pack. So I can't show you what we're doing in our next one because it's always a surprise. But I'll show you what we did in our last one. Oh, now see, I think I'm stringing a lot, and it's like I'm not getting very far. I'm distracted, I guess.
It's not showing up very well. Yeah, it's
Whoop.
at the bottom of
Sorry. How are we doing on time, Becca?
We are at 11:11.
11:11. Awesome. I think we can get there.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. So, let us know in chat if you are a subscriber to our monthly fun packs. I know just by seeing some of the names, that some of you are. So let's hear some noise in chat if you are a monthly fun pack subscriber.
Lori Stallman said she subscribed and
Awesome.
is excited to get the first fun pack.
Yay!
Wanted to know if it would be the Mocha Mousse bundle.
It will not. So the ones, the Mocha Mousse ones have already shipped out. However, I'm really glad that you asked that question, Lori, because that kind of brings me into our next, our next point. So look how fun that black and white is with all of those. So I am going to slide my project to the side real quick, and I'm going to show you guys what we did in our last monthly fun pack stream. So we do an unboxing stream each time we send a monthly fun pack out. And so we kind of explain to everybody what's in the kit and what is like what the details are, and we give you some ideas of what you can make. So Becky made this fun wrap bracelet or necklace with some of the Mocha Mousse pack pieces. And then I used some of the components and made these pairs of earrings. So when we did this pack unboxing, we had a ton of people who had not subscribed. Oh, maybe? Maybe.
Because it's dark.
Is that better? It's almost like it's overexposed.
Yeah.
So we decided, because we didn't have all of the components to do more monthly fun packs, and it's kind of like a limited edition thing, we decided instead we would do Mocha Mousse luxury mixes. So those are live now on our website. It contains everything that we used in the fun pack except the chain and the earring findings and wire and the cord. So it's all the beads. And so Becca's going to link that in chat for you. So she's again going to link the monthly fun pack subscription sign up. And then she's also going to link the box or the luxury mix for the Mocha Mousse. Okay, I left some beads with you when I slid that over in your way. I'm going to take those beads back. Okay, so I am going to take another color of Eslon now. Remember, we're alternating back and forth between those colors. Not entirely necessary. I just think it's a fun way to get like a more kind of natural, funky look. So we're going to cut another 18-inch length. And we're just going to keep stringing. Now, we typically do those monthly fun pack unboxing streams on Wednesday nights. Our next Wednesday night stream is already scheduled. And Becca, if I'm not asking too much, if you could link the stream for next Wednesday, like if you go to our Facebook page and link the stream from the events, I would very much appreciate that. So yeah, we always have those monthly fun pack unboxing streams on Wednesday nights. And this Wednesday we are doing well, not only are we announcing the winner for the for our Bead Extravaganza giveaway, but we are also going to be doing charm rings, which are super fun. And I'll show you a quick little example of those. All right, so I'm measuring this at about 6 inches in, trying to get as close as I can. Here we go.
Where am I going?
Okay. Go to the Bead Places Facebook page. So go there, and then it should let you link it. We're logged in as the Bead Extravaganza right now, so it's giving Becca a little bit of a hiccup. But if you go to, you can see it there. So right there. If you click that and then click to share it.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's do some more hearts in chat for Becca, who has never done this before and is doing an amazing job. Okay. Let's try some of these guys this time. Everybody say, yay, Becca. I just want to take a second to say, I think that all of the Bead Extravaganza presenters have done just an incredible job. Not only this event, but like all of we're on our 18th event now. And for the most part, everything has gone off without a hitch. You know, I think this is so cool that we can all come together and volunteer our time to organize these events and create this fun, creative weekend with you guys. I think that this is awesome. And then with that being said, I think that it is so super incredibly cool that you guys show up for us, not only to watch these streams. Like, we've got well over 300 people, watching live with us now. And of course, that's not counting the amount of people that are going to watch on replay. Like, that's wild. So hearts in chat for you guys as well, because like these events are so cool and it continues to grow with your help and your support. And then another way that I want to thank you for your support is for your purchases, like your support that way, because we're all small businesses and we would not be able to keep this up without you guys. We wouldn't be in business without you guys, obviously. So we just are so appreciative of not only each other, but you guys. This is just something special. It's just really, really cool. So I just wanted to take a minute to say that. I'm going to start crying. I'm not going to cry.
No crying. There's no crying.
There's no crying and beating. That's funny. But yeah, I just think this is really cool.
Oh, here's the metal bead too.
Oh, thank you. This is our metal seed beads. We'll have those. We'll maybe try and have those up by the Wednesday stream. I don't know. I keep like throwing last minute stuff at Becky. Like, hey, can you add this to the website before the trend report, before the bead extravaganza? She's probably like, leave me alone. It'll be okay.
Cindy Clevenger says, been here for almost all 18 of the Great Bead Extravaganza.
Awesome. So to those of you that are new and you're like, what? There's already been 18 of these? What did I miss? Well, guess what? You can say that you've been here for all 18 of them too if you go back and watch the replays, because the replays for every single one of these presentations are available. You can watch in the group on the page. You can watch on the pages of the individual presenters. So there's all of this content free, available all the time. Okay, so we got another 6-inch strand. How are we doing on time, Becca?
It is 11:19.
Whoa! Can she do it?
I have faith in you.
I'm gonna try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, I can do another one and I can finish the ends. I can do it.
There's a link to the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook page so you can find previous videos.
Thank you. So if you haven't yet, go through and like follow all of the presenters for the Great Bead Extravaganza, because even if you don't see yourself making something that was in a presentation this time around, all of us have such a like wide variety of projects that we do, that I'm sure you'll see something fantastic that works with your style. So just show us some love, show us some support. Look how fun this is.
That's awesome.
Oh, so fun. Okay, so I'm going to try and race to get one more strand done. Now, you guys at home would do 9 strands. You have enough beads for 9 strands and then some. And we gave you a lot of extra S-Lon too. So your goal at home is to do 9 strands, but I have had a lot of things to do this presentation. So I'm not going to be able to get 9 strands done in the time that I have. So, but that's okay. We gotta give you guys time to, you know, shop between, get up, get a snack, use the restroom. And speaking of shopping, that's a great question, Susan. Our discount code is TGBE20, and that is good for 20% off all regular price items at beadplace.net now through Tuesday. Hey, Bianca, we ship worldwide, my friend. But I wish you were home too. How's the weather there in Australia? Probably a lot nicer than here. We are dealing with a lot of snow here.
It's so cold.
It's so cold.
I'm not built for the cold.
No. Me neither. Yeah, like but then it's like it'll be summer and I'm like, "Oh, I get so angry when I'm sweaty." Like I just I guess I'm an inside person. Like I just want the air conditioning to be on, or like the heat to be on just a little bit. I don't know. I gotta hurry up. What am I missing? I feel like have forgotten to say a few things, but I did not.
I'm not sure. Someone earlier had asked if the stop beads stay in the bracelet.
They do stay in the bracelet. They do, and I will show you why. But we're not quite there yet. Yeah, a lot of times stop beads come out of the project when we use them in bead weaving, or you at least pick the thread. But this one stays in.
And Mary Helgeson, whose name I recognize, asked what size S-Lon we're using.
We're using their bead cord, which I don't remember off the top of my head what size it is, but if you just look up bead S-Lon bead cord on our website, it lists the size, I believe. Maybe that's something Becca can look up. Maybe not. I don't know.
Ruth Ann Scott said that she forgot that.
Yeah, send us a message through our website, through the contact us form, and then before your order gets filled, as long as that message comes through tonight, they'll be able to put a note on your order, and then it won't be a refund right away, but it'll be a refund when your order goes to ship, and we'll give you a refund for the difference.
The S-Lon bead cord is 0.5 millimeters.
Cool.
I don't know if there's an actual sizing standard for S-Lon, but that's what it is. That's what we're using.
Yeah, thanks, Becca.
Mm-hmm.
And then while you're at it, while you're over there, would you mind linking the kit one more time for us?
I'm going to spam that kit.
Heck yeah. Spam it up. So once I get to the end of this strand, I'm going to show you guys the easy way that it all comes together. And I'm going to share my secret with you to getting it to stay twisted. It's kind of simple. And I hope you love it. Okay, so are we at 6 inches? One more bead and then we'll be at 6 inches, I bet.
You
Okay,
did it.
so our last bead here is going to be a stop bead, just like the first and last bead previously on all of the strands. Cool. So I'm going to take my needle off. I'm going to clear my beads to the side. Where's my triangle tray when I need it? I was like clearing all unnecessary things away from my mat so I wouldn't knock anything over. Alrighty, so we're going to lay all our strands out, make sure we like the orientation, and make sure we're as close to being even in length as we possibly can be. Now, Becca, can you give me a time check?
It is 11:26. I have faith in you. You can finish it.
All right, so we lay everything out like that. And then if we have a strand that's like oddly short or tight, we can adjust those stop beads. So we just basically pull them a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we are going to hold all of our strands together. We are going to look to make sure they're all even. If we did not have those stop beads on there, this would be a nightmare. So we need those stop beads there. And a knot just looks kind of messy, in my opinion. So I like stop beads for projects like this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to tie an overhand knot and pull all of those even. If you need to use the little twist trick, you can do that where you like twist all the threads first. Go for it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to separate out all of our threads and pull each one individually to make sure that that knot is really, really tight. We're going to do the same thing to the other side now. We're not twisting anything yet, so don't feel like you missed anything. See how this strand snuck down? It's always really important to make sure you look before you tie, because sometimes that'll happen. They'll sneak down. So make sure everything's up and even. We're gonna do that twist trick that I was talking about earlier, just so you know what I'm talking about. Kind of twist it so the strands all stay together. And then we're gonna do that overhand knot again. Easy, easy, easy peasy. And pull my cat hair out of the way. We'll pretend like that didn't happen.
Cat hair.
And then we'll go in and tighten each individual strand. Okay, so you can either twist at this point if you want. I wait until I'm ready, but sometimes it's just fun to look at it and be like, ooh, it's pretty. So even at 6 strands, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some quick braiding. You guys at home would have 3 sections of 3 cords. I have 3 sections of 2 cords. So what we're going to do is we are going to just quickly braid. Now, the reason why I like a flat braid is because flat braids stay flat. This is just a 3-strand braid. It can be as uniform or messy as you want, but just know that the more messy it is, the harder it will be for you to slide the adjustable aspect, of your bracelet. So if there's like lumps and bumps in your braid, the sliding knot will not slide as easily, and it could distort things a little bit. So I'm going to braid this kind of loose and flat. I don't like a really tight braid because I like it to splay out flat. And that's going to help to keep our twist in place. And you're like, what? How is that going to help to keep the twist in place? Well, I'll show you in just a second. So I'm going to braid.
Cynthia asked about, she ordered yesterday and today the mocha mousse beads are available.
Yes.
Can we combine the orders and refund shipping?
Yes, just either send us a note on your second order if you haven't placed it yet, or send us a message through the website. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like I braided that whole big long thing, and I'm going to tie an overhand knot at the end.
Oh no, it's 11:30.
It's okay. We got this. We'll be fine. I don't think I've ever gone over. So if I go over once, I might not get in trouble. Maybe I'll get like a warning. What did they call it in school? Ours was like warnings, but I feel like there's a word for it. A demerit, is that a thing?
Not in my schools, it
No.
wasn't, but I've heard it as a thing.
Get written up.
Yeah.
Do I have any TGBE presenters in chat that are watching that are gonna get me in trouble? Nobody tell on me. A lot of people like to pin their braided cords down so that it's easier, or they will clip it to a clipboard. A lot of old school macrameers from back in the day would hook it on their big toe and sit crouched. Has anyone done that? Let's hear it in chat if anyone has hooked hemp on their big toe to do some macrame. I know I have.
Not specifically that, but I can actually hold the threads and stuff in between my toes.
Oh my gosh. And you hold it like hard. You've got strong toes.
I have very dexterous toes. Be quiet.
I want to see proof of this.
Oh, no, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Sue Lady says, detention. You have to stay inside and be.
Oh, no. What else can I do to get more detentions? Okay, so we're going to pretend like I braided the whole thing. And like your braids are going to be thicker than my braids. See the difference between these two? Just kind of keep that in mind. So you can see on this that I've laid my braids on top of one another. And the reason why they stay on top of one another is because they're flat. If it was a round cord or a round braid, they wouldn't stay flat. They would twist, which would cause our twist to untwist. So the secret to keeping our twist twisted is a flat braid. That's the secret. Let me bring it in a little bit so you can see a little closer. So make sure that whatever you've done here is a flat braid, and then it will not come undone. It cannot untwist. So we are going to cut 2 more 18-inch lengths of both colors of Eslon this time. And then we're going to hold them together and do our basic square knot macrame stitch. And I will show you how to do that. I've got a knot here because oh, it's not a knot because I didn't pull it tight. Never mind. I was going to say, so I'm going to use 17 inches, but it wasn't a knot. It was just a tangle. Okay. So I cut that. I'm going to throw all this extra cord over here, and I'm going to come back up a little bit so I can work. All right. So I'm holding these two together as one, and I've got my piece twisted and laying flat on my mat. Now you can twist tight or you can twist loose. I like to twist kind of loose so you can see all the strands. All right, so what we're gonna do is we have our pieces flat. If you need to pin yours down, go for it. I just wing it and hope for the best. So I'm gonna bring those underneath my cords, and I'm going to tie them in a knot. And I will get my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing.
Now there's a lot of toe chat.
Oh no. Look what you started, Becca.
No, that was you, Abby.
Okay, so see what we've got here. Our braids are flat and we're tying this tight. Okay, so now we're going to start to do that basic macrame. We're going to fold one over like this, and one over the tail end of the other, under the bracelet, and through this loop. Now, my instructions for this are not going to be as in-depth as some other instructions out there because we are finishing up this project, and I know that a lot of you have done this square knot before, but if you have not done this square knot before, this is a basic macrame technique that you would learn first if you're macrameing. So we have instructions for this knot on our YouTube channel. We can send you links if you need it. Just send us a message. But there are a ton of macrame books out there. Now, if you're like, oh, Abby, you said this was an easy stringing project, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get this macrame project finished. You can just slide a couple of knots, or you can just complete a couple of knots over the cord, like that first knot that we just did. You can just do a couple of those in a row. But this is just a flat, kind of clean looking finish. And then it creates like a bigger piece for you to hold on to and slide to open and close the bracelet, if that makes sense. So we're going to do about 4 of these little knots, alternating sides to keep it flat. And I like to keep it flat. I don't do a spiral stitch for this. I do a flat one, and that helps to keep the flat braids from twisting within it. And then, of course, keeping it tight helps to prevent the twist from coming undone. So look at that.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. So to finish it, what I like to do is just do one more knot on each side. And then if I'm feeling brave, I will use like a lighter or a thread zap or something to singe the ends. Or if you are afraid of fire, you can dab a bit of glue. But I didn't glue mine on my samples, and we've been wearing them a lot, and they don't come undone. So as long as you're confident with your, oh, what did I do? I didn't do my overhand knot first. That's okay. As long as you're confident with your knots and your knots are tight, you shouldn't really have a problem. But my professional recommendation is to secure your knots with either glue or by melting them.
Janelda Sue Franks Mitchell wanted to know if the strands are on top of each other or side by side.
They are on top of each other. Okay, how over on time am I?
8 minutes.
Okay, I feel like that's not god awful. Okay, so I'm trimming my tail ends here. One of my knots I accidentally did twice, so it's a little bigger than the other. But this is the end goal. This is what it should look like. We're going to trim these ends here. You can singe those if you want also. I like to just kind of leave them hanging because I think it kind of looks cool. And this twist is twisted, and it's not going to come undone. And we've got our adjustable bracelet now. You can see it opens and closes. And if you did all of those 9 strands, then we've got the full 9-strand bracelet. Look at that. We did it, everybody. Yay! Okay, so let's go back to us for just a minute. Hello, I'm Abby.
Hi, I'm Becca.
And we've been your hosts for this segment. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. There's like almost 350 of you right now, so that's incredible. We have kits available. You will find the link for this project kit in the description of this video or in the chat. You can use code TGBE20 at beadplace.net now through Tuesday. Make sure to join us for our 7 p.m. stream on Wednesday to find out who is the winner of this gorgeous box of happiness. If you haven't yet subscribed to our monthly fun packs, you'll find the link of that in the description, or you can just search monthly fun pack on beadplace.net. We are having that deal now through the 15th, where if you are a new subscriber, you will get 2 fun packs, and they won't be the same fun pack. We'll choose a random fun pack from this past year, and you'll get double the fun. And there's already streams available to give you inspiration. And wow. Oh, make sure to, I was like, make sure to sign up for the big $500 grand prize shopping spree from all of the TGBE presenters. And then make sure to like this video if you are watching on YouTube. Yeah. Heart this video if you're watching on Facebook, and share it with all of your friends. We so appreciate it. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is awesome. Make sure to get a water break and set that alarm for Heather Powers, who is coming up next. Check out Heather's awesome project. Make sure to support her at humblebeads.com. And I will see you later tonight for the TGBE Trend Report. Yes. Thanks so much, everybody. Yay. Bye.